Hi all, today we are here to discuss about the topic functions of NABARD and SIDBI SIDBI. Before going to functions, we discuss what is NABARD. The full form of NABARD is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. It's the logo of NABARD. NABARD is set up as an apex development bank with a mandate for facilitating the credit flow for promotion and development of agriculture, small-scale industries, cottage and village industries, handicrafts and other rural crafts. It also has the mandate to support all other allied economic activities in rural areas, promote integrated and sustainable rural development, and secure prosperity in rural areas. Next we discuss the functions of NABARD. Following the diagram, there are three functions of NABARD. First one, credit function. Second one, development and promotional function. Third one, supervisory function. We discuss each of them. First one, credit function. Framing policy and guidelines for rural financial institutions, providing credit facilities to issuing organizations, mentoring the flow of ground-level rural credit, preparation of credit plans annually for all districts for identification of credit potential. These are the credit functions of NABARD. Next, we discuss the development or promotional functions of NABARD. It includes helps cooperative banks and RRBs to prepare development action plans for themselves, helps RRBs and sponsor banks to enter into MOUs with the state government and cooperative banks to improve the affairs of RRBs, mentoring implementation of development action plans of banks, provides financial support for training institutions of cooperative banks, commercial banks and RRBs, provide financial assistance to cooperative banks for build improved management information system, computerization of operations and development of human resources. These are the development functions of NABARD. And last function is supervisory function. It undertakes inspections of RRBs and cooperative banks under the provisions of Banking Regulation Act 1949. It undertakes the inspection of SCADs and apex non-credit cooperative societies on a voluntary basis, provides recommendations to RBI on issue of license to cooperative banks, opening of new branches by state cooperative banks and RRBs. It undertakes portfolio inspections besides off-site surveillance of cooperative banks and RRBs. These are the supervisory functions. In addition to the functions of NABARD, may include other functions. First one, it functions as an apex institution. It acts as a refinancing agency for institution. It provides short-term, medium-term and long-term credits. It coordinates the operations of rural credit agencies. It provides long-term loans to any institutions approved by central government. It coordinates to share capital or invest in securities of any institution. They provide refinance to state cooperative banks, scheduled commercial banks, RRBs, etc. It coordinates the activities of central and state government and planning commission and other all Indian and state level institutions. It has the responsibility to inspect RRBs and cooperative banks. The banks undertakes monitoring and evaluation of projects refinanced by it. It advises the government on matters related to rural credits. It maintains a research and development fund to promote research in agriculture and rural development. It formulates the projects and programs which are suited the requirements of different areas of rural development. It provides facilities for training and research to extend formal banking services to enrich rural poor by an evolving supplementary credit delivery strategy in a cost-effective manner by promoting self-help groups (SHGs). These are the functions of NABARD. Next, we discuss the funding options of NABARD. The capital of NABARD is held by the Bank of India and the Government of India in equal proportion. The paid-up capital as on 31st March 2015 stood up to 5,000 crore, with the Government of India holding 99.5% and the Reserve Bank of India 0.50%. It is authorized to raise resources by use of issue of bonds and debentures guaranteed by central government, and also to borrow from central government and RBI, the World Bank or any other institutions provided by central government. Apart from these, it's raised from the market. It uses the funds for national agriculture funds, which were transferred for short-term credits and working capital. It depends upon RBI. Next, we discuss the major activities done. Preparing of potential linked credit plans for identification of exploitable potentials under agriculture and other activities available for development through bank credit, refinancing banks for extending loans for investment and production purpose in rural areas, providing loans to state government, non-government organizations and Panchayat Raj institutions for developing rural infrastructure, supporting credit innovations of non-government organizations and other non-formal agencies, extending formal banking supports to unreached rural poor by evolving a supplementary credit delivery strategy in a cost-effective manner by promoting self-help groups, promoting participatory watershed development for enhancing productivity and profitability of refined agriculture in a sustainable manner, inside inspection of cooperative banks and RRBs, and offsite surveillance over health of cooperative and RRBs. Next, we discuss the schemes of NABARD. There are various schemes or initiatives to measures to boost credits to rural areas. They are Krishi Shakti Scheme, Village Development Plan, Rural Infrastructure Development Fund, Tribal Development Fund, Farm Innovation and Promotion Fund, Farmers Club, Rural Innovation Fund, Financial Inclusion, Kisan Credit Card, the Development Village Program. NABARD implemented the Capital Investment Subsidiary Scheme for construction and expansion of cold storages and storages of horticulture produce of Government of India. The RBAC entered capital subsidy up to 25% of the project's cost subject to maximum of 50% lakhs per project. It refinances 90% of the amount is refinanced as allowance by commercial banks, RRBs, SABs and SCARBs, as introduced as a self-employment scheme for ex-servicemen as a comprehensive package of credits for ex-servicemen. Next, we discuss SIDBI. What do you mean by SIDBI? The full form of SIDBI is Small Industries Development Bank of India. SIDBI is a principal financial institution for promotion, financing and development of MSME sector in India. MSME means micro, small, medium enterprises. It's wholly owned the subsidiary of IDBI. It was set up under a separate Act of Parliament on 2nd April 1990. It is an apex body for small units, giving refinance to SFCs and twin function industrial development corporation, scheduled urban cooperative banks and regional rural banks. It has taken over IDB's financing factor activities related to small scale sector. In present, the board of SIDBI and the Ministry of Finance has given us in principal clearance to convert SIDBI into a bank. The mission for SIDBI is to empower the micro, small and medium enterprises sector with the view to contribute to the process of economic growth, employment generation and balanced regional development. Next, we discuss the objectives of SIDBI. It includes 3 of them: to take initiative steps for technological upgradation and modernization of existing units, to expand the channels of marketing the products of small scale sector, to promote employment-oriented industries, especially in semi-urban areas, to create more employment opportunities and thereby checking migration population to urban areas. These are the objectives of SIDBI. Next is the functions of SIDBI. It includes 7 functions. First one, refinancing of term loans guaranteed banks and other eligible financial institutions, namely the SFCs and State Industrial Development Corporation. Second one, discounting as well as rediscounting of bills. Third, provide equity type of assistance under national equity funds by way of seed capital to entrepreneurs. Fourth, it provides support service to small scale sector for entrepreneurs development of managerial aid, export promotion and marketing. Fifth one, it provides service like leasing, factoring, etc. to small scale industries. Sixth one, it extends financial support to small state industries development corporations to provide scarce raw materials, marketing the end products of industries in small scale sector. Seventh and last one is extends financial supports to National Small Industries Corporation. These are the functions of SIDBI. Next, we discuss the funding options of SIDBI. The paid-up capital should rupees 450 crores on 31st March 1990 and on March 31st 2012, though the rest capital of SIDBI is rupees 1000 crore and paid-up capital is rupees 450 crores. Of the total 450 crores subscribed by IDBI while setting up of SIDBI. Now 19.21% has been retained by its balance of 18.79% has been transferred diversified in the favor of banks, institutions, insurance companies owned and controlled by central government. SIDBI has signed a memorandum of understanding with the social funds of development of issues to undertaking MSMEs and SME sector development projects in that country. Next, we discuss the financial facilities offered by SIDBI. There are three types of financial facilities are offered by SIDBI. First one is direct finance, second one is indirect, third one is microfinance. Next are the schemes introduced by SIDBI, the National Equity Fund Scheme, Automatic Refinance Scheme, Single Window Scheme. Next are the subsidiaries or associates of SIDBI. SIDBI Venture Capital Limited, Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises, SME Rating Agency of India Limited, Indian SME Technology Service Limited, Indian SME Asset Reconstruction Company Limited, Micro Units Development Refinance Agency, Mudra. I hope all are understood my topics.